What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Paddy Plays. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 anticipated video games of 2025. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
Your target is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I always knew I had an instinct. I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. I was wrong.
Starting off strong, we have Perfect Dark. That's right, Joanna Dark is back and she's ready to save the world while looking effortlessly cool. Developed by the Initiative and Crystal Dynamics, this reboot takes us to the futuristic Cairo, where corporations are shady, aliens are up to no good, and Joanna probably still hasn't figured out how to disable those annoying laser grids. But let's be honest, this game has a lot to live up to. The original Perfect Dark was the kind of Nintendo 64 classic that made GoldenEye fans look twice and question their loyalty. But this time, it's more than nostalgia, it's espionage, conspiracy, and high-tech gadgetry. Cranked up to 11, picture James Bond with more explosions and fewer martinis. Celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2025, this reboot has the potential to make both old school fans and newcomers fall in love with this once great title. Expect slick visuals, intense firefights, and a sci-fi storyline that will get your heart racing, your palms sweaty, and your cat wondering why you're yelling at the screen. With a likely Q4 release, we won't have to wait long to take that trip down memory lane where some remember a simpler time, where some of the best titles had graced our now somewhat relic console.
There's no going back.
People don't like you very much, do they?
Next up is Avowed, which is basically Obsidian Entertainment saying, what if Skyrim, but with better graphics and fewer flying lizards? Set in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity, this RPG promises large open zones and a deep story, because nothing says epic adventures like hoarding 500 cheese wheels instead of saving the world. But let's talk about what really sets Avowed apart. Obsidian's obsession with player choice. Want to charm your enemies with poetry? Sure. Prefer to solve problems with throwing fireballs at everything? Go for it. And don't worry, Obsidian hasn't forgotten its roots. Expect rich lore, memorable characters, and at least one plot twist that makes you question all your life decisions. Launching February 18th, it's perfectly timed for you to call in sick, cancel your plans, and pretend the real world doesn't exist. Just don't forget to occasionally eat, or at least keep some snacks nearby.
The power you wield, the secrets you keep. You're either here to save us or destroy us. So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
It's the same deal as America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes. Really, Sam? Your buttocks? What about shotgun? I prefer the driver's seat.
From the mind of Hideo Kojima. Okay, that was slightly racist, I'm gonna edit that out. From the minds of Hideo Kojima, who's either a genius or just really weird, comes Death Stranding 2 on the beach. If you thought the first game was just a glorified Amazon delivery simulator, think again. This time Sam Porter Bridges returns to do that's right, More walking, more carrying, and looking more broody while Norman Reedus' facial hair grows in real time. But let's not undersell it. This game promises stunning visuals, emotional gut punches, and more metaphors than your high school English class. With expanded mechanics, including vehicles and cooperative missions, Death Stranding 2 aims to make carrying a box of supplies through apocalyptic America more thrilling than it has in any right to be. And let's not forget Kojima's knack for leaving us with questions we'll never understand, like, why are babies in jars? Why does he carry an 8-foot ladder to cross a 2-foot gap? And why do we kind of love the weirdness? Expect tears, existential dread, and a story that probably ends with you questioning your own existence. Coming on PlayStation 5 initially, but soon on PC, it's the perfect excuse to tell your friends you're busy saving the world again.
Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark about everything.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on. And you have. We all know you've got this. Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich. Okay. Let's do it.
At number 7, we return to Albion in Fable. That's right, Playground Games is resurrecting the beloved series, and it's shaping up to be as magical, ridiculous, and morally flexible as ever. This reboot promises modern visuals, updated mechanics, and the same whimsical chaos that made the originals unforgettable. Our new protagonist, Humphrey, is a retired hero forced back into action, probably after realising retirement is just endless bingo nights and awkward conversations about gout. With a mysterious figure from his past threatening Albion, Humphrey must dust off his sword, strap on his boots, and figure out if he still remembers how to cast fireballs without setting himself on fire. Expect sarcastic NPCs, moral dilemmas, and the ability to make absolutely terrible choices that somehow lead to hilarious outcomes. Want to be a shining hero? Go ahead. Prefer to become Albion's most feared landlord and evict every villager for fun? No judgments here, but let's be honest, Fable wouldn't be Fable without chicken kicking competitions, talking weapons, and questionable fashion choices. So here's hoping that Playground Games keeps the humour intact while adding a fresh coat of polish.
One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah. Oh,
all of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all.
Sliding into number 6, we're heading to the dark alleys and cobblestone streets of the 1900s Sicily, in Mafia The Old Country. Because what's more fun than organised crime? It's organised crime with a touch of class. Developed by Hangar 13, this prequel takes us to the origins of Mafia in the fictional town of San Celeste, where family values mean everything, especially if those values involve bribery, betrayal, and occasionally cement shoes. This entry ditches the flashy cars and Tommy guns of the 1930s for horse-drawn carts, sharp suits, and knives that are definitely not intended for cooking purposes. You'll rise through the ranks of the criminal underworld, navigating feuds, vendettas, and deals so shady that they make your sketchiest family reunion look a little bit wholesome. With brutal combat, high-stakes drama, and plenty of opportunities to say it's just business, Mafia The Old Country promises to be a cinematic experience where you will question if loyalty is worth more than survival, or at least worth more than your enemy's vintage wine collection. Due for release in Q2, it's time to practice your best Marlon Brando impressions.
Well,
Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield.
Is that why you abandoned me?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
Are you one of Vulcan's men?
No. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
Sneaking into the number 5 spot, pun intended, is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. That's right, Naked Snake is back, and this time he's shinier than ever. Konami has given the 2004 classic a full remake, and let's just say the jungle has never looked so terrifying. Set during the Cold War, you'll infiltrate enemy lines, wrestle crocodiles, and eat questionable wildlife, all while pondering whether Snake's mullet is the greatest hairdo in gaming history. But it's not just a facelift. This remake promises updated mechanics, smoother controls, and graphics so realistic you'll feel bad about tranquilizing that virtual parrot. With espionage, stealth, and dramatic codec calls galore, Metal Gear Solid Delta is set to remind us why Hideo Kojima's storytelling is both brilliant and completely bonkers. Due for release on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC, it's time to brush up on your cardboard box hiding skills, because you're going to need them.
Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
Even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger.
Colonel!
It'll be our friend, the American defector.
Who were you before? Who did you love? What did you believe?
Sliding into number 4, we've got State of Decay 3, the zombie apocalypse simulator that finally lets you live out your dream of fighting off the undead while stockpiling canned beans like it's Black Friday. Undead Labs is back with even more ways to ruin friendships and question your survival instincts. This time the world is bigger, deadlier, and somehow more depressing. Gone are the days of just clearing out a small neighborhood. Now you'll need to manage sprawling communities and make life or death decisions about who gets to eat the last can of beans. Expect enhanced graphics, smarter zombies, and multiplayer chaos where you and your friends can test just how quickly alliances fall apart when supplies run low. And don't forget the weather system, because nothing complements a zombie attack like a snowstorm to make you feel even more doomed. With a truly shared open world, it's not just you against the undead, it's you, your questionable decisions, and whatever half-baked strategies your friends brings to the table. Look out for its Q4 release, because nothing says holiday cheer like rebuilding society one scavenged bottle of painkiller at a time.
No one is forgotten. We live on.
The woods are dark, and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit thee down and hear me tell of the woods that stand on Casterfell.
Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one.
Next, we enter the radioactive wasteland of Atomfall, because nothing says fun like surviving a nuclear disaster in Britain's Lake District, a place that's usually just known for tea, sheep and mild existential dread. This first-person action survival game throws you into the 1950s alternate history where nuclear fallout and polite social awkwardness collide. Imagine fighting radioactive mutants while apologising profusely for bumping into them. Well, it is Britain after all. You'll scavenge for supplies, dodge horrifying creatures, and possibly stop for a nice cuppa before running for your life.
I got bits and bobs for sale.
Inspired by Fallout New Vegas and Children of Men, Atomfall promises bleak landscape, moral dilemmas and gameplay so tense you'll need a biscuit afterwards to calm down. And with its March 27th launch, it's the perfect excuse to avoid social events and stock up on virtual Geiger counters. Just be sure to practice your stiff upper lip for when things inevitably go wrong.
We must learn to trust. Rebuild.
And follow the blade.
Taking the silver medal is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft has finally answered your prayers and dropped you into 16th century Japan because apparently there just weren't enough samurais and ninjas in your gaming library. You'll play as both a female shinobi and an African samurai, proving what we all thought was true, that 16th century Japan also had an inclusion and diversity program. NANI? With stealth mechanics sharper than a katana and parkour moves that'll make your ankles hurt just watching, Shadows promises enough drama, betrayal and historical intrigue to keep your conspiracy theory corkboard fully stocked.
But wait, there's more!
Shadows promises RPG elements, customizable gear and a combat system so smooth you'll be practicing your sword swings in the mirror. Plus this setting practically guarantees some classic Assassin's Creed nonsense like leaping into bays of hail from 100 feet up and somehow walking away without a scratch. Launching February 14th, it's the perfect Valentine's Day gift because nothing says I love you like revenge-fueled assassination sprees and dramatic rooftop chases in ancient Japan while dressed like a shadowy ninja fashion icon.
There was a time when respect was everything in this place. But the city is changing. It's the moment to take what's ours.
Everyone in this city has their price. What's yours?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
We all have a dark past that we don't want to tell. Some much more than.
And at number 1, Grand Theft Auto 6. The game is so hyped it practically prints its own money. Rockstar has taken us back to Vice City, or should we say Leonida, where palm trees sway, neon lights glow, and absolutely everything is committing a felony. This time we're following a criminal duo as they rob, shoot, and speed their way through a map rumored to be bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2. You'll finally get to spend hours driving through endless highways, probably while listening to radio DJs who desperately need therapy. But what's GTA without chaos? Expect over-the-top heists, ridiculous characters, and physics that will send your car flipping into orbit after slightly tapping a lamppost. Late Q4 can't come any sooner, assuming you haven't already spent your pre-order money on shark cards. Well, that wraps up our top 10 list for this year. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you won't miss out on my next top 10 list. I've been Paddy, this has been Paddy Plays, and until next time, peace out.